Hello, everyone. Hi. I am so sorry I'm here a few minutes late tonight. I do apologize for that. I see you've all been chatting and making good use of the time while you were waiting, though. I'm just going to go back through the comments and see if I've missed anything. How was your weekend? Did anyone do anything really fun or exciting this weekend that you'd like to share with us? Now, the reason I'm late, I really don't have a good excuse. Well, I didn't get a good night's sleep last night. And at about 5:30, I thought to myself, you know what, I think I really need a nap before I go live. So I napped. I had about an hour. And then I realized I needed to cook dinner and did that, got dinner made, and then raced in here. And I am a few minutes late. So my apologies. This is family life, right? So, I mean, we don't very often get takeaway, what the US girls call takeout, but we in Australia we call it takeaway, and we don't do that very often. But we did it last night, so I couldn't justify doing it again tonight. It's an occasional thing around here, and the rest of the time I try and cook something. So, what do you guys do? Do you order in, or do you eat out of the house, or do you mostly eat at home and cook for yourself? What do you do? Okay, I can see. Have I missed any questions? I don't think so. Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. All right, I think I'm caught up on the messages. Margaret, you're saying you watch the craft along on your laptop, but don't do live chat. Well, if your hands are busy because you're crafting along, you're probably not going to have time to chat anyway. So that makes sense, right? For anyone who doesn't know, craft along is something I do. It's a once a month video. It's usually a Saturday afternoon, and the reason it's towards the end of the month, and it's the whole purpose of it is to do like a 2 o'clock in the afternoon kind of session where you guys can craft along with me, and I'll go at a pace that I think everyone can keep up with for the most part. If ever I go too fast, just tell me to slow down, or if I'm going too slow, tell me to move it along. But yes, I think craft along is something that some people like to just watch and then come back and make the project later, and some people like to make it live with me, and I try and pace it so that's possible. So I wonder what we'll see tonight too, Donna. No, you're not late, Cindy. I think you beat me. So there you go. Eat at home and cook, Kelly. Yep. No, for me it wasn't. My husband is he's a security guard, and he does night patrols. And last night he had a new person doing the patrol. So he's actually on a few days off, but because it was a new person on the patrol, he was on call. So every time she had an issue, she would ring, which is not a problem, he made himself available for that. But that meant that every time the phone rang, he woke up, and so did I. So I didn't get a good night's sleep either. So it was very interrupted. That's why. Oh, good, Shelley. TV's not playing up tonight. You eat at home, Cindy? Oh, good. Going out for brunch. Yeah, I do too. I like going out for coffee, meeting a friend and catching up. Don't get to do it nearly enough. But with COVID, that kind of all went away, and I have not really gone back to it like I once did. So you're out for lunch, so no dinner for you, Jody. How are you, Lynette? Nice to see you. Yes, it is a treat. Well, that's what I did too. My absolute favorite thing, probably just about my favorite meal in the world. I've got a couple of favorites, but probably my absolute favorite is laksa. I absolutely love laksa, which is a Malaysian or an Asian noodle soup for anyone who doesn't know. It's spelled Laksa, and it can have there's all different kinds of meats, there's vegetables. It's actually pretty healthy. It's really good for you because there's lots of veggies in it, and they're in the delicious like chili based sauce. I absolutely love it. I would eat it every meal if I could, and that was what I did for dinner. That's what I got for dinner last night. My daughter got pasta and my husband got pizza. So we the three, because it's just the three of us here at home at the moment. My son's away at his father's house, so it's just the three of us. Raining hard there, Jean. I love the sound of rain on the roof. Anybody else? You love it? Oh, that's nice, Katrina. You are in Wagga? Oh, yeah, it's nice down there, isn't it? Lovely. Oh, licorice and chocolate factory. I do not like licorice. There's not many things in the world I don't like. I do not like licorice. Anybody else? The black jelly babies, you can have them all. I do not like them. Okay. You love a good laksa too, Cindy. We'll have to see if we can, if ever I'm in South Australia, we'll have to go out and you can take me to a good laksa place. How about that? Hey, Megan. All right, let's get going. I'm going to switch over to the desk and let's see how we go. Click the button. There it is. All right, here's my catalogue. If you missed it on Friday night, I was showing you my little Post-it notes, which I don't know if you can see them. They all are up there, little animals and little trees and things, and they are marking things that I don't yet have that I still would like. Okay, so like I've already got this one, so I took that one off, but I don't actually have the two-tone flora bundle yet, and I would like to get that because I think it's really beautiful. So so that's the reason for this, and I'm putting an order in tomorrow with all my bits and pieces on it that I still want. Okay, this set here, I'm getting this because it matches the celebration set, and we're going to use that tonight. Is the lighting here okay? I'll turn the lamp on if we need more light. You know, I just realized what's wrong. That's better. There we go. Much better. Oh, what happened, Jody? Oh, it's too hot. That's what that is. All right. Okay, so I will go through, I'll be going through lots of this over the next little while. There are so many good things in here, and I hope that you're enjoying this new catalogue as much as I am. Lots and lots of fun things. Tonight I'm going to play with a celebration item. I thought I would play with the Beautifully Happy set tonight. And I'm going to show you a card that I made just recently. And some of you may have seen it. I showed it to you the other night. Okay, I've got all sorts of bits and pieces going on this card. And for this card, I used blends to colour my flowers. Okay, and it turned out really nice. I really like it. Tonight, I'm going to do something similar, but not exactly the same. And I am going to use, this is just a piece of basic white. You can use, actually, I'm wondering if I should use basic white or this is shimmery white. You know, I'm going to use shimmery white, same size. It's 6.5 centimeters by 12. So what would that be in inches? Let me tell you what that would be in inches for anyone who needs that information. So 12 is 4 3/4 inches, and 6.5 is just a smidgen over 2.5 inches. So 2.5 by 4 3/4, roughly. Okay. That's, and I'm going to use the shimmery white cardstock. I don't know if you can see. Can you see the shimmer on that? I don't know if you can in this light. Maybe slightly. Oh, I know what you mean. When you're on holidays, it's different. You don't mind the heat so much when you're on holidays, but when you're not on holidays and it's just everyday life, it's not so much fun. I get it. All right. Okay. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to use this lovely big set, and this is a 2-step stamp set. It's called Beautifully Happy, and it is in the celebration offering. So what this is, for anyone who doesn't know this, during this time of year, January and February, until the end of February, okay, this celebration promotion is active. And what that means is every time you spend $90 on Stampin' Up products, that's in Australia, the $90. If you're overseas, it'll be a different number. But every time you spend that dollar amount, whether it be from the big catalogue, the mini catalogue, or the clearance rack, or anything you like, every time you spend $90, you get to pick a free item out of here. Okay, so that's really, really cool. You like winter, do you, Megan? I never used to. I used to hate the cold, and as I get older, I'm liking it more and more. It's not bothering me nearly as much. Maybe that's menopause. I don't know. So we've got the little owls. They're called Adorable Owls, which is quite a fitting name for them because they really are adorable. We have the Thanks a Bunch, which is the carrot set. I don't have this yet. It wasn't the first thing on my list, but I do kind of like it. I think it's quirky. I mean, carrots. I think you can do some fun stuff with carrots. And I was thinking, you know, if I was to do a scrapbook page about my vegetable garden, that would be a fun stamp to have to put on the page. Wouldn't that be fun? Then we've got the Dainty Flowers paper. This paper is one of my favorites in here. It's actually more beautiful than it looks like. I think I've shown it to you before. I have done some really nice cards with it. Let me show you. Let me just get it out. Okay, so this is the paper. It's actually more beautiful than it looks like. I think I've shown it to you before. I have done some really nice cards with it. I think I've shown it to you before. I have done some really nice cards with it. For example, this one here with the little oval wreaths, this is the one we did a few weeks ago with just with one of the wreaths from the paper. But what's lovely about this paper is the B side, the other side of the paper is absolutely stunning. You can kind of get a bit of a look at it here. It's like a watercolor wash background on the reverse side of the paper. Absolutely beautiful. Really, really lovely. There's different designs. There's some green ones and so forth, but the ones I love are the watercolor wash. I think they're beautiful. So I'll be getting more of this paper because I just think it's lovely. And it does have a matching stamp set and bundle, die bundle in the mini catalog that matches it. The Day on the Farm, fantastic for scrapbooking all your, like they've done here, scrapbooking all your farm pictures. Great for kitty cards and kids projects and all sorts of stuff. There is a fun little stamp set here. Now these are all free with a $90 order, any of these. Okay, you can pick whichever one you like. This one's called Sending Support, which has got some really nice greetings in it, as it says on that Sending Support theme. This paper here we're going to use tonight, the Favoured Flowers paper. Now this one matches that set that I showed you in the mini catalogue a moment ago. The one called Fragrant Flowers, I think it is. Let me see if I got that right. Where is it? I know it's on this side, and I won't be able to find it now. It probably tells me here. Look, it does. Page 21. That would have been smart for me to look at that. Page 21. This set here. Okay, so this set and the matching dies match the paper, and there are, yes, dies that cut some of the images in the paper as well. So you like the On the Farm paper, Megan? I've had a few people very much focused on that one. I think if that's gonna be the sort of thing that you would use, you're going to gravitate to it. So I think some people are going to go, not for me, and other people are going to, oh my gosh, I love that one. So it's different. You don't like the carrot one, Jody? But turn carrots upside down for trees. I know. I have seen them done. I saw somebody do some really cute little, they look like almost like little pointy poplar trees. Really, really gorgeous. Hey there, Judy. How are you going? All right. So anyway, that's what that is. So it's nice. We've got 3 sets in here, the Dainty Flowers, the On the Farm, and the Favoured Flowers that all have matching sets in the mini catalogue. The In the Country set is beautiful to watercolour. I've seen some beautiful watercoloured cards using this, but I don't have it yet. Even this one here. And I think this idea of using watercolour pencils and then spreading it with your blender pens, or you could also spread it with a water painter, that's a really great idea for how you use that. Then we get up to the one that I'm using today. This is the Beautifully Happy set. Okay, really, really lovely. I like that here they have used it a few different ways. They've used it as a line drawing stamp and coloured it. They've used it just as the line drawing and left it black and white, just with the lines. And then this one is just using the images without the lines. Okay, so you've got a very good selection there of 3 different ways that you can use this set. And like I said, when I made my card with it, I coloured it with my blends, but tonight I'm going to colour it with the stamps because it is a 2-step set, and I'll show you how nice it is to use the stamps with it. Then we have, this is the Dandy Designs. Oh my goodness, guys, this paper is to die for. I love it. Really, really lovely. It is 48 sheets, so a super, super quadruple size pack of paper. It is a level 2 set, and so is the Beautifully Happy set. These are level 2, which means you need to spend $180 to get these ones for free. So this one and this one here are the 2 at the back of the catalogue, and those ones are the ones that are the higher value celebration items. Are you talking about the carrots, Megan? Not sure if you'll use it. Is that the one you mean? Oh, that's a great idea, Jean. I didn't think of that. So Jean was saying she's seen some people mix the carrots from the Thanks a Bunch with the veggie paper from the On the Farm. Great idea. That's really good because that veggie paper is super cute. Let me grab it. I didn't even think of that. I love that there's other clever people out there that do stuff that I don't think of. I think that's great. All right, so these are some of the On the Farm. This is the one that Jean's talking about. See all the little veggies? You got your corn and your capsicums, and that's peppers for you US girls, broccoli and cucumbers and all sorts of fun things, okay, as part of this set. And yes, they would go really well with the carrots. Might have to play with that idea when I get my carrot set. There is a host set here. this one, which is called Scenic Garden. Now, if you have an order that is a larger order, such as a $500 order, $500 and above, whether it be a workshop or whether you just have a really big order or you bundle it together with somebody else, then you'll be able to get this Scenic Garden set added onto your order. You don't have to do anything. It pops onto the order as soon as your order's over 500. You love the farm paper, Susan? Hey there, Ellen. Oh, the farm one, right. Oh, you have the carrots, but you haven't used those. Okay. Now, the last thing, I didn't talk about this at all on Friday night. And as I was saying goodbye, I'm like, oh, I didn't talk about the joining special. Oh, my goodness, guys. I have to talk about it because it is such a good special. For anyone who's watching and has been around for a while, I think you'll agree this is probably one of the best specials we've ever had. If you haven't heard about it, I'm going to quickly go through them. There are 3 options, okay? The first option is to buy the kit for the same price as you normally do. Normally, you spend $169 and you get $235 worth of product of your choice. You can choose whatever you like. Once upon a time, we used to have a set kit and you had to take the kit that they gave you. You could change the colors, but that was all you could change. It's not like that anymore. Okay, they realized that a lot of people already had all those items and it was stopping people from getting the kit because they already had the things that were in there. So why would you get it again? So instead, what they do is they let you choose whatever you like, so $235 worth. But right now, until the end of February, as part of this celebration promotion, you get $315 worth of product. I mean, that's fantastic. For $169, you get $315 worth of product and then an ongoing discount on all your purchases as long as you remain a demonstrator after that. And you can drop it anytime. Okay, so it's a super, super low pressure, easy thing to do. And yeah, I think then there's quite a number of people on this call that I know have already made that choice. And I hope that you feel that it was a good choice. I love the fact that I'm a demonstrator and it's like being a customer with extra special perks. So there is 2 other options. The second option is spend $210, so a bit more, but you're going to get that $315 worth of product and a mini cut and emboss machine, okay? And those mini cut and emboss machines are valued at $110. You're going to get that thrown in there as well. And then option 3 is the same, almost the same idea. What it is, you spend $210, you get the $315 worth of product of your choice, and you get a mini cut and emboss machine, but you're going to get a blue one. Okay, this is a limited edition piece that you can only get while this special is on. Demonstrators who are already demonstrators were able to purchase it up until the 4th of January. Now the only way to get it is to actually join as a demonstrator, and then you can get this, okay, as part of your kit. So it's $210. You're going to get this beautiful little machine, fabulous little mini cut and emboss machine. Works the same as the big one. I love mine. I think it's fantastic, and I love the color. And note the color, guys. This is a new color that's coming your way in the new annual catalog coming out later in the year. So when that comes out in May, I believe, this will be one of the new colors that we're going to get. So pay attention. There you go. So there you go. How exciting. All right. Okay, so that's what that is. And how nice is this picture? I don't know who put that picture together, but that is just a beautiful picture. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at all the dies that it's got around it, and they all match in with the colors of the machine. I think that's such a pretty picture. I love it when they give us nice images to work with. All right. So we've got our shimmer white paper, shimmery white. And the reason I'm using shimmery white rather than basic white, I could use basic white, but the reason I'm using shimmery white is because the shimmery white is a bit more robust than, I'll put this on block E, I believe. You'd need block E or block I for this because it's a larger stamp. It's not going to fit on D like most of our stamping is. Now, I can use any ink I like. If I'm going to add water to this, then usually I would gravitate towards StazOn because StazOn does not bleed or move when I add water to it. However, I don't like using StazOn on my photopolymer stamps because I don't prefer not to use StazOn Cleaner, which is quite a solvent-based chemical cleaner, I don't like to use that on these because I don't want to damage them. So instead, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a darker color. I'm going to go with Mossy Meadow. And let's see how we go. We will get away with this, even though I know if we decide to add a little bit of water, it's not ideal, but we'll be very careful. So let's see how we go. I'm just going to position this straight here over my piece. I should be using a mat underneath. It's very naughty of me not to use a mat. I'll get a better image if I use a mat. There we go. All right, so it's a very nice little image. And now we get to decide what colors we want to work with. Well, I am going to do what I did on this card. This card I used Calypso Coral in the background, so I used the corally colors on this as well. I'm deciding, do I want to do that on this one? Let's have a look at the paper. This is the free celebration paper. Really, really, really nice. And it's the one that matches that Fragrant Flowers bundle. And you can see we've got some lovely, this is Mossy Meadow, the color in this. And then we have Calypso Coral and Petal Pink. There's our Petal Pink back on that. And then we've got some, I believe the purple is Fresh Freesia. So that's the one that I used on this original card. Now, if I pick one of the others, I may go with a different color to color in my flowers. So I'm thinking that that might be a good move for me today to do that. Deciding which one to use. Oh, that's the Petal Pink again. And here at the back, that's more of that one. Maybe I will go with the Fresh Freesia just for something different. So let's see. So I'm going to cut this down to slightly smaller so it fits inside my card front size. I'm going with 9.5 by 13.8. There we go. And I'm deciding, I think I will go with, I have got some Mossy Meadow, and I'm going to cut my card front size in the Mossy Meadow. So this is the same color as the ink that I just used for my main image. I'm going 14.3 by 10. So it's 0.5 centimeter bigger on each side than this extra piece that I cut. So it's going to sit right inside there. Now, they're two colors I probably wouldn't normally put together, and I'm still not 100% sure I love them. Maybe instead I'm going to actually, I could also, if I don't want to, because this is on here, it is going to go, but I'm wondering if I might be better off choosing maybe black for the background here. What do you guys think? Do you think the Mossy Meadow background is okay, or would we be better off picking black for our background? Either way, we can come back to that. Orchid Oasis flowers. Yeah, maybe. I'm going to try some Fresh Freesia, and maybe we'll add some Orchid Oasis in for the smaller ones. That might look really nice, I'm thinking. So the nice thing about this set is that you can color it in, like I said earlier, with some of these other images. So say, for example, this one here. I'm deciding how this one will go. So basically you can choose where you want these to go. Like this one is going to go here to color that in. So let's put this on a smaller block than what we had before. I'll just go with block D. Block D is fine. And I'm going to go with my Fresh Freesia. Maybe black. Yep, I think maybe so too. Yeah, I'm thinking it's just a really nice paper to play with. All right, so I'm using my, and because they're see-through, they're perfect for this because you can line them up by carefully going slowly down it. If they're not absolutely perfect, doesn't matter. Okay, now can you see how that looks? So it's like the quick and easy way to color Okay, now we can make a bit of a decision now whether I want to use, and I might do both just to show you the difference. Maybe I have got I've still got a bit of yellow, and this is from Friday night's card. I'm just going to get all that off. So there's a couple of ways I can spread this color a little bit, but you're going to pick up a little bit of the green as well, all right, because of the water. Or the other option, and it might give us a cleaner look, is to use blender pens. Does anyone use blender pens in there? I love blend pens. Deciding which one is going to work better. I think the blender pens are going to give me the result I want, but I just need to find them because they're over in the corner of my desk. I've got some here on a tray. Okay, so a blender pen is great because they... Oh, did you see my cute... Isn't this cute? I bought this for myself because it was just... I couldn't resist. I just thought that was too cute with all the kitties on it. All right, so see how when I added water, we got a little bit of the green. I don't know if you can see it. It doesn't look bad, but a little bit of the green blending in there, and that's okay. But I'm just going to see if I've got a newer one. See, this one's been used for white. Can you see that? So I'm not going to use that end. That one's good. So this one is actually a good way to spread some of that color and just sort of darken it up a little bit in the middle. Another thing you could do is you could use some color from a sponge dauber. That would work as well. But actually, I don't mind it exactly like that. All right, so then we also have some leaves, and we also have these little duty things up the top. They've got their own little colory bit. Let me get another stamp. So doing the two-step just like this is very, very simple and quick. All right, so this one you can see matches straight up with these leaves at the bottom, and I'm deciding whether... I think I will use Mossy Meadow, but I'm going to stamp it off. I don't want it to be too dark, so I'm going to do that on my scrap paper under here because that can be a little dark. And then let's see how this looks lighter. You can always up the color and go darker, but you can't go the other way around. I'm just going slowly, so I make sure I get it lined up pretty well. And if it's not perfect, doesn't matter. It's looking cute. And if you wanted to, you could go in there and move it into the ends, into the edges. So if you do happen to miss a little bit, you can kind of fix it up a little bit with these guys. Push it into the corners. But I'm not worried about it. I think it looks fine. And then Jean was suggesting maybe Orchid Opulence for some of this. So I'm thinking maybe for these ones, let's try Orchid Opulence. So that's going to do the bottoms of these leaves and these little kind of unopened buds here. And that's a smaller one. So I think block C for that. And let's go in here with our... Oh, it doesn't matter, Denise. Never, and that's the whole thing. If anyone misses anything, it doesn't matter. That's what replays are for. All right, so I'm going to... Probably should be doing the bottoms of those things green, but I don't care. I'm just going to colour them. All right. Oh, I've got that perfect. All right, so can you see how it's looking? It's really, really cute. And it's very easy and quick to do, okay? You don't need to spend ages colouring when you can just do it with your stamps. I love two-step sets. All right, I'm going to grab a blending brush. And I want one that has been used for purple before, but I don't want too much purple on it. It's not too bad. That's pretty good, actually. And I'm actually going to add a little bit of colour around it. You could do this earlier in the piece if you wanted to, but it doesn't really matter. I just want to add a little bit. And I did this with the other one as well. I added petal pink around the other one on here. You can see I've added petal pink behind this flower. So same thing as what I'm doing here, just sort of going around the edges. And there's no rhyme or reason to it. You don't have to be very precise with it. You can just have a little bit sticking out there, here and there. And it just adds a little bit of depth to it. There is one other stamp I want to use, and you might have seen this on this one as well. Can you see the little dots around here? I think they really added to it when I used those. So I'm going to use block B, and I'm going to grab my little dots. Here they are, out of the same set. And I'm thinking I might use the Orchid Oasis. Did I say Orchid Opulence before? I think I might have. Anyway, Orchid Oasis is the colour, and I keep naming it wrong. So I'm just going to kind of add some dots around here. And there's no, like I said, no right or wrong to this. Sorry, I'll go quiet when I do things like this. It's an immediate effect, these little dots. I think that's not looking too bad. What do you think? Do we like that? Wink of Stella in the flower center. That's a nice idea. Or you could, you know, you could just color in the middle with blends if you wanted to. That would be fine as well. One of my favorite colors to do that sort of thing with is So Saffron, because it's light. And then how about we do both, Jean? We'll add our, this is the lightest of those, and then we'll add some Wink of Stella over the top of that, because you can never have too much glitter on a card, right? Let me find it. Here it is. So it's now all sparkly in the middle there. Ribbon around the base. Yeah, we might. On this one, can you see what I did? I added a greeting, and I put it on a piece of vellum underneath. So I've got a vellum circle and then a white greeting on top of that, and I covered up that corner. I could do that again, or I could add a banner there. So let's have a little look. One thing I'm probably not going to do, I use this beautiful, I'll show you the paper I use. This is it. That gorgeous, this is that beautiful paper, the dry brushed metallic paper that goes with the Desert Suite. Just stunning. So, so beautiful. And the two colors the paper comes in the pack are Soft Succulent, which is, it's almost on its way to being blue. So it really works for me. It's exactly the kind of colors I love. And then this one is Cajun Craze and, oh, is it Calypso Coral or Petal Pink? I think it's Petal Pink. Let's have a look at the catalogue and see, because I don't want to say that wrong. But a ribbon around the base is another nice thing to do as well. Okay, so it's called Desert Details, and it is absolutely beautiful. And if I can find it, that would be great. I've got a whole bunch of things. I cannot wait to do some lovely, lovely things. Here it is. Okay, this is the paper. Dry brush metallic. The colours are Cajun Craze, Rose Gold, and Petal Pink. And Petal Pink and Soft Succulent is what it says for the other one. But I wouldn't have said there was any Petal Pink in that. But it's absolutely beautiful. I just know it's lovely. So this is the one that I use because those colours toned in really, really well with the corals in this card. But they're not going to work when we're using this. And the more I look at this, even though the colours are going to work because I've got green, the more I look at this, the more I don't like the freesia exactly next to this. So I'm thinking maybe I'll cut a piece of black. So let me grab some. And we'll cut this the same size, and let's see which one we like the best. Because because if I don't use it for this, I'll use it for something else. So it's not a problem. So I'm making my card front size, which is 10 centimeters by 14.3. Okay, let's see if this looks better. That's on the black. What do we think? Do we like that better than the green? I think maybe I do. Even though I've got the stamping in green, I actually think for this reason, I could have got away with using the black. I could have got away with using Stays On because I'm using this. Isn't the paper lovely, Gina? I know, it's just gorgeous. All right, so let's put this on. And I'm going to use, just going to use Tombow for this. I always use seal or Tombow or tape, whatever's closest is what I normally grab. Usually seal or Tombow because they're the quickest, and I'm not having to worry about pulling the back off the tape. But the tape has its place. It's good for certain things. I do use the tapes exclusively for some types of crafting, like when I'm making boxes and things like that, and I need a good straight line, I'll use tape for that. All right. All right, so this is how this is coming together. It is different from this one, don't you think? It's a bit different. And I am wondering, I'm going to look back at my paper again. We have the gorgeous gold left over. This is left over from the other night. The bit of gold might look really nice with this. That might be a good choice. Also, we have some blackberry in here. That's really nice. I could do a layer of blackberry across the background here. That might not. So we have some blackberry coming out in like this one is, but coming out from behind here. That might be the go. I like that idea. All right. Orchid cardstock. Maybe we could have. I think I'm okay with the black though. I think I like it. Yeah, I think I like it better than the green too. Hi there, Carol. How you going? All right, so let's cut this down. And I'm going to, so I'm going to make it the same width as the other paper, which is, in fact, I'm going to cut it this way. I'm going to make it, I'll make it an inch. I'll make it 3 centimeters, which is nearly 1 1/4 inches. I can always cut it down if I want to. And then let's make this 9 1/2, the same width as the other paper. And then this is going to go here on behind. So I like that. I'm going to pop that straight down. These roses on the back are nice with that too, aren't they? They look nice with this. So what I like to do to make sure I'm going to get this straight, I line it up on my grid paper and then I pick a line on the grid paper and I go straight from one to the other so I know it's on there perfectly straight. Grid paper is really, really great if you want to make sure that you're getting good straight, you know, nothing skew with, then grid paper is definitely the way to go. All right, so I'm liking the idea of this coming out from behind, and I've got this nice little strip here. So that's, we know that this piece is 12, so let's make this 10. Oh, that's a little bit under 10, so this one's going to be under 10 as well. So how much under 10? So that's right about there. So now these two should be the same. They are. Now, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put some dimensionals behind here. And I'm going to move them in a little bit from the edge. Placing them right down on the bottom. I've got those. And I'm not putting any others on there. I'm just going to position this. And also the other nice thing about this paper, you can follow the line on the paper to get it straight because the paper has, it's like a, it's a geometric design, so it's nice and easy to work with. Right, now this one, is going to go in under here. Or did I give enough room? Maybe not. Let me just move that up ever so slightly. I think I did the same thing on this side. I put those down slightly too low. All right, that's better. Right, now these are going to slide in just under here. I could have stuck them to the paper as well. That would have also been a good idea. Just like that. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to put some Tombow on the back of that. And Tombow is good because it's a liquid. It doesn't dry straight away, which means you have a little bit of wriggle room to get it into the right spot. There we go. That, and I'm going to have this bit. I just love this gold shimmer paper. It's so nice. It's part of the Fancy Flora collection. You can buy it by itself, of course. Everything you see me using tonight is available for purchase. If you don't have a demonstrator and you're in Australia, you're very, very welcome to shop in my store. And I love that our little community here of crafters, we just love to work together, and it's a lot of fun here Okay, so it looks like a solid piece behind there, but I only use strips. So it's a lot more economical than trying to do that. Now, what I need here is a greeting. I could stamp straight onto this piece, but I'm not going to. I'm going to grab, let me see. I think I have a bit of leftover. Let me put these away before I stick my elbows in them. And what? I might use the orchid for my, seeing as I've got some orchid here, I'm going to use that for my greeting as well. So I'll move these out of the way. And I'm going to grab my, shouldn't need my trimmer actually. Just looking to see, have I got any more? Yep, there's some more shimmery white here. All right, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to run this through my cut and emboss machine, and we're going to make it. And because I use the shimmery white for this piece, I want to use this piece as well, because if I use the white, I don't know if you can see this, it's going to stand out. It's not going to be the same color. So I want to use the same color as what I've used for my background here. So here we go. Let's bring in the new toy. And some plates would be handy. So we have plate number 1. This is the platform. Then we have number 2. And number 3. Well, we have 2 number 2s. So you can see this one says 1. And then this one says 2. And then you want to sandwich the paper in between the 2 clear plates. And the one I want to use will be from the Stylish Shape Stars. When I use the big machine, I usually zoom out so you can see better. With this one, I don't feel like I need to. Deciding which banner to use, and I'm thinking this one maybe. So let's see if that's a good size. I think so. And we're going to wind that through. So if you haven't seen a cut and emboss machine before, it does cut and it does emboss, as the name suggests. And this is what you get. You use these little dies and it cuts out whatever shape you have selected. So this is a really, really cool. Die cutting is, I was looking through some catalogs today. One of my team asked, could I, she asked me about an old set that was retired, and I went looking through old catalogs to see what I could find. And we didn't get the big shot, which was the original cut cut machine, embossing machine. We didn't get that until I think it was 2012, coming into 2013. So yeah, it was 2012 or something like that. So a lot later than a lot of other markets. But what a fantastic machine. It really made a difference. Now we've got a few different sentiments here to use. Let me see what we want to use. The sentiments we have kindness matters, which is the one I used on my original card. This one here that says kindness matters. And then we have for a very happy birthday, for a feeling better kind of day, sending happy thoughts, thank you, and you are easy to love. And I'm wondering what should we put on this card? Either of these or any of these will look good on this little banner, I think. What do you guys think? What did I pick up? I've got the kindness matters in my hand, but we don't have to have that. First person to vote, 2008. Yeah, you guys had it a long time before we did. Long time. And I remember we were all very jealous. We used to watch what you guys were doing over there with the big shop and thinking, wish we had one. But we did get it eventually, and it totally, I have to say, having the ability to die cut and emboss totally changed my business. I mean, it really did. It was so much. So we got lots of votes. Happy thoughts, says Megan. Okay, that's this one, sending happy thoughts. Okay, let's find it. Sending happy thoughts. This one. Yeah, totally changed my business. Up until then, we were using punches and so forth and doing lots of cutting, but it just totally changed it. All right, so sending happy thoughts. I am going to do this with the orchid, seeing as we've got a little bit of the orchid in with the flowers. And it's going to go quite nicely on this. I should be using the grid paper, but I'm not. But that's how that turns out. Isn't that nice? All right, let's add a couple of dimensionals to the back of this. Right. I just realized because this is already on dimensionals, it's kind of looking like it's falling down on one side. So I'm actually going to add a second dimensional under here to pop that up a little higher. So it's all on the same level. And then I feel like we need some twine. So I've got some linen thread here, which I think linen thread is one of those things always looks good. Always looks good. On the original one I did, the earlier one in the coral, I used some of the pastel gems, and I am absolutely in love with those pastel gems. I'm not sure if I pulled them out tonight, but they have 3 colors in the pastel gems. They have Calypso Coral, which is the ones I used on here. Can you see the coral gems? Right. It has Balmy Blue and it has gold. And I thought the gold would look really nice on this card. So I thought that might be. Right. So Megan was first with the vote for happy thoughts. So Megan, you got your wish. And I'm just going to pop that there, and I'm going to use my ribbon scissors and just trim that off. Just like that. And then it'll go on a white card base and we'll call it finished. That's how it's going to look. Isn't this shimmery gold paper behind? That is really, really special. That makes that sort of elevates it next level, that gold shimmer paper. So nice. All right, so different, similar but different. Let me use my white card base. So my card base measured 21 centimeters by 14.8. If you're in the US, it measures, now Jean's my go-to girl when it comes to knowing how whether or not I've got the measurements right, but I believe it is 8.25 by 5.5. And Is that right? No, 8.5 by 5.5. Anyway, it's half a sheet of cardstock, and then you fold it in half again to make the card front. That's how it works. What? We don't want an upside down card. There we go. That was a bit of fun. And I hope you enjoyed doing that with me, because I just wanted to show you the difference. This one is colored with blends. This one is colored by just stamping the second, the lighter color with the matching stamps that fills in that beautiful line detail. Yes, it does need bling. It does. So here's, let me see if I've got them here. I think I do. These are the ones I'm talking about. These are the pastel gems. Okay, so we've got the coral, the balmy blue, and the gold. I'm going to go with the gold because it kind of matches in with this whole sort of the whole thing, really. And then I'm going to use a little guy up the top here. There we go. Happy now, Jody? Is that better? There you go. All right, so really, really similar, same design, but different card because I use different colors and I use different technique. So different, but same. Okay, I hope you like. Which one do we like best? Which one do you prefer? Do you have a favorite? Probably depends on whether you like purple or coral, really, doesn't it? Okay, let's move those out of the way and pop a couple of these things back. I'm getting more of these. I'm just adding them to my order tomorrow because I just love them. So nice. All right, before I started talking, you like the purple, Roseanne? I started talking earlier about craft-alongs. Okay, we do have another craft-along coming up this month, and this month we're doing diorama cards, so that's going to be really fun. You can watch. It'll be, I better give you the date, hadn't I? There's not much point in talking about it if I don't tell you when it is. Let me just check my new planner. I'm using the planner that was a join special middle of last year, this one. I'm using it for this first half of the year. But let me have a quick look and make sure I give you the right date. So the craft along will be Saturday the 28th of January. Okay, so the last Saturday in January, 2 p.m. in the afternoon, and we're going to be doing diorama cards. So we'll make a diorama card together. I will have information up on my blog beforehand about all the supplies and everything, or in my newsletter for those of you who get my newsletter. If you don't get my newsletter, head to the blog. I'll put the address up on the screen right now. Head to the blog, and if you're on a laptop, what you can do is right up near the top on the right-hand side is there it is, lhiggins.blogspot.com is a place for you to sign up for the newsletter. Okay, and I send out newsletters usually a couple of times a month, sometimes a little more often if there's a lot going on, and the whole idea is that you guys can be kept aware of whatever is new and coming up, any promotions, some tips and ideas. I always link to some videos that I've done so that you have lots and lots of information in there. I try and make them really useful and worthwhile, so they're a resource for you, and I will have more details in there about the upcoming craft along. The other thing is with the craft along, if you placed an order with me last month in December, you're going to get the pack, the supply pack, to make the craft along project with me. Okay, now don't worry if you didn't, you still can craft along just by following the instructions and the measurements that I give, or you can just watch. But if you want to actually get a supply pack, you need to have ordered the previous month. So this month, people who order are going to get the February craft along stuff. And I haven't announced what I'm doing in February yet because I'm actually not sure yet. But right now, you will receive those. Now, if you didn't get them, there is another way to get in on the craft along action, and that is you can watch the free video and then purchase the extras, the extra videos with all the other crafting projects. You can do that, and there's always those are made available on my blog after the live video. Okay, so basically, some people have said to me recently, how can I support your business? You know, I don't order with you because I'm a demonstrator or I'm overseas. Or one way you can support my business, I mean, obviously you can support it by commenting and sharing and liking and all that kind of stuff, which is awesome. But you can also purchase the tutorials that I have available for sale. So if that sounds like something that you would like to do, then I would thoroughly recommend that you have a look, check those out, because they're a lot of fun. There's usually at least 5 projects in each one. I think for the gift card holders last month I did 6 extra projects, and there was and if you're a demonstrator, you can use them in your business if you want to. Nothing to say you can't, but you just need to purchase the tutorial so you have access to those. Or if you're not a demonstrator and you place an order, you can get them that way as well. So there you go. I have got people who order every month just to get their craft along supplies. So it's totally up to you, but that's something to look forward to, and it's coming later in the month. And I'm looking forward to making diorama cards with you. Diorama cards are heaps of fun. Who else loves diorama cards? Anybody? Take that away and go back to my comments. Oh, that's okay. You're watching Elton John's concert, Cheryl. No problems. No, you don't need to have the diorama set. I'm not actually using it for the public video. There's lots and lots of ways to do diorama cards, so many different ways. And there are different types of cards that classify as dioramas. All right, I'm going to use it because I've got it available. Let me see. So let's see, have we got this? We'll have to go this way. I'm going to make this. This is going to be my piece, like my my smaller card front piece. So this is just a piece of shimmery white. You could use normal white for this, not a problem. And I'm thinking, because I've already got it cut out, we'll go with that Mossy Meadow piece that we used last. And then I'm going to go through my papers, and we're going to do a really quick, easy card with these papers again. I'm deciding which one I want to use. So this might be nice. Maybe I'll use that. All right. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this piece in half at the 6-inch mark. So that's exactly in half because it's 12 by 12 paper. That's inches. And I want to make a card it's going to come down, and it's going to be a little bit of a crooked card, shall we say. And I don't very often do crooked cards. I'm going to cut this piece down to card front size, or you get 3 across if you go at 4 inches, or roughly 10 centimeters. Okay. And what I'm going to do here, I must be in a purple mood tonight because I'm going purple again. Cheryl, you'd be very happy. All right, so what I want to do here is I'm deciding how I want this to go. All right, so I'm actually going to be placing this straight here. I want this piece here to come down on an angle. I am not one for doing, this is a challenge for me because I don't normally like to do anything on an angle. I like things to be straight, but we're just going to do something a little different tonight. And I'm going to just put some on the back there, and I'm going to move this over here. And I'm going to place that just there like that. All right. So on the back here, I'm going to get my scissors, and I'm going to cut this off so it's lined up with my backing paper. I have seen a few cards done like this, and I think they look good. And I admire, this is, like I said, challenging me. I admire other people who are able to confidently do slightly crooked projects, but I'll come back and use those pieces for something else. So now I have this piece that looks like this. It's a little bit offbeat, isn't it? A little bit different. Making sure I've got all my pieces trimmed. slightly closer here, and I didn't quite stick down that corner very well, so I'm going to add a little bit more glue in there. And let's go back over that corner. You could use a trimmer for this too if you don't feel comfortable using scissors. Right. So now this piece is going to go onto here, and you should be able to see this is it's a very simple card. I'm not doing anything that is particularly difficult, but if you want a quick and easy card, this is something that you can do that's a little bit different. And it's a layout that I don't play with very often. No, I don't do angles. I know, right? So this is a challenge for me, but I thought, look, I'm going to give it a go. And I'm going to keep it really, really simple as well. So I'm going to use that same set. And I'm thinking that I will use Mossy Meadow because I want it to be a nice, strong colour. And because I don't have the matching set for this paper yet, I am going to use this one again. I think I'll do this. Oh, I do for a feeling better kind of day. Maybe not, because maybe I won't use this set. Let's see. What else might I use instead? Something else that is new that we can use. We have the Something Fancy set. That's got some nice greetings. There's a nice thank you. And that's a better size too. Nothing fancy, just love. May the good you do come back to you. That would fit down here, but I want something to go across a little bit as well. Grateful for the everyday magic of you. I don't know that I'd ever use that. You matter to so many. Do I feel like any of those sentiments? I don't know that I do. Let's have a look. I'm just looking to see what other sets I might use. Has anyone got any thoughts on that? You are absolutely right, Denise. I do not do angles. They make me very uncomfortable. So this is stepping out of my comfort zone. The Desert Detail has some nice. You are what sunshine feels like. Let the fun begin. I have this one here that says sending warm rays your way. I was looking at that and thinking how nice that would go with the rays of light. I could put those two together and they would look fantastic. I think that's a great idea. I'm going to do that later. Definitely. Oh, no one has any other ideas either. I love hanging out with you. That's cute. I love this set. This, of course, it was on my list on my very first order. I just had to get it because it's so nice. Is anyone surprised, really? Probably not. I would think not. One of my favorite greetings, or some of my favorite greetings, are in this one that says, friends are like seashells. I love the words in this set. I think it's so beautiful. Yeah, I know. I just don't. I'll stop at you two. Ellen and Denise. Goodness me. Anyone would think you're in my team or something. Because they're in my team, they think they have the right to be, they think they have the right to be sassy. That's what they think. All right, I'm going to go with a happy birthday. I've decided, made a decision. Yes, I'm sure Crumpet would love it. I'm sure he would. All right, let's go happy birthday. And let's go right about here. Because that's just such a beautiful greeting. Happy birthday to my beautiful friend. And I feel like it needs a bow or something. I mean, it's super simple, right? Just simple card. And we like that. We like a simple card. I mean, I thought I could also put another piece in here. That would look interesting, wouldn't it? Put that piece that I chopped off a moment ago, put that back in there and leave it like a little gap. See, because obviously I'm struggling with that corner. Oh, I kind of like that. What do we think? Do we like this piece added back in, or do we like it just like this? What do you guys think? Sassy is nicer than snarky. Definitely. I don't have any snarky people in my team. I have the best team girls. They're just lovely. Just a Note is a really nice one too, Judy. You're right. It's not a new one, but they have some nice greetings in that one. That piece, you think the piece it looks good? Put it as oh. So Jean's saying as is. Donna's saying please leave as is. I might have to go with Donna, even though she wasn't first, because she was very polite. She said please. And Jody says that piece and bling. Well, how about we compromise? How about we don't add this piece, but we do add some bling? How about that? And what bling shall we add? I could add more of these little gold guys because I just love them and I'm ordering more. Or I could go with something else. I could go with iridescent rhinestones or iridescent pearls. They would both look nice. There's our iridescent rhinestones. We also have so many options. So many options. Oh, I also have the lovely sequins from the desert set. They might be nice. It's just some good old gold sequins. Shall we do that? Let's do that. There's some very nice embellishments in this new catalogue. All right, so I'm going to pop this one here. And I should be using my Take Your Pick tool, so let's do that. And then want them a bit higher. And then maybe one in this corner. What do you think? How's that look? Pastel pearls. Oh, pastel pearls would have been good. I don't actually have the pastel pearls yet, Ellen. I'm waiting on those. But you thought it looked okay with the outer piece? I think it looked okay too. But then some people are saying without. And then Donna just kind of made up my mind when she said, please don't add it. So I'm like, okay, I won't. But this is what it would look like if I did add it. And then we would add other bits on top. So that's an interesting layout for another time. All right. So then I have 2 cards now. This is the super simple card. And then we also have the card that we did earlier, this one. All right, totally different. This one will need to go on a white background as well, a white base, which I'll very quickly cut while I remember. Good old basic white thick. I need to order some more of that too. Goodness, I'm getting low on some of my basics. So I need to order dimensionals. I need to order some more adhesive of all types, and I need to get a few basic cardstocks like my basic white, that kind of stuff. And if you're getting close to a celebration number, like almost at 90 or almost at 180, or any multiples, because every $90 you get something. So if you're just below, make sure you look and double check. Maybe you just need to add an adhesive or something on to qualify for another celebration item, and that's a really good way to make sure you get all the ones that you want. So how do we go tonight, guys? Did you like these? Very different. This one, I think this one is really different. Very different for me because, as Denise said, I don't do angles. Not usually. But there we go. 2 cards. I'm thinking I might pop one over the top of that. There we go. What do we think? Do we like them? You're going to go make some now. Well, I'm really glad. I think it's just nice sometimes to play with the DSPs, especially the free ones that we have, and just show you different ways of very simply getting a really great effect. And with that, I'm going to say goodnight because we're a little bit over time tonight. You like the angle? Yeah, it's growing on me. It's growing on me. All right. Okay, guys. Well, you guys have a fantastic week ahead. For those of you in the team, I will see you tomorrow morning on our live tomorrow morning at 10. And for everybody else, I'll see you next Friday night. Stay tuned. I will have more details about the next craft along coming up. Not exactly sure when, but that will be coming your way. And if you're not already getting the newsletter, please sign up for the newsletter so that you can get that kind of information. Okay, and stay in touch. All right, guys, have a fantastic week, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.